Video games are not a single cultural or technological force. Different genres create different forms of digital identities and embed players in distinct feedback loops that influence how they present, perceive, and negotiate themselves online. By comparing shooter, sandbox, simulation, and story game types, we can see how digital identity is shaped not only by user intention, but by the design logic and social norms of each genre. Shooter games construct identity primarily through metrics: kill-death ratios, ranks, leaderboards, and competitive matchmaking. These systems establish digital identity as a performance profile, where success is validated numerically and socially. The feedback loop is driven by measurable achievement. Improvement unlocks rewards, praise, and status, while poor performance risks loss of identity capital. This form of identity aligns with what scholars describe as quantified digital subjectivity, where users understand themselves through data-driven systems rather than internal reflection. The result is a digital self shaped by algorithmic evaluation and community judgment. In contrast, sandbox games encourage players to define identity through creation, authorship, and community participation. Instead of ranks, identity emerges from what players build, contribute, and share. This leads to a collaborative feedback loop, where recognition is earned through creativity and community value, rather than competition. Sandbox environments allow users to present an identity based on imagination, making, and social engagement. These spaces echo broader digital trends where identity is constructed through content production, much like social media creators who are known for what they make rather than how they score. Simulation games place players inside system-based recreations of life, work, and social structures. These games function as identity laboratories, allowing players to experiment with social roles, lifestyles, responsibilities, and relationships. The feedback loop is reflective rather than competitive. Players see how choices impact their simulated lives, and this experimentation can influence how they understand their possible selves. Simulation environments reveal that digital identity can be malleable, exploratory, and speculative, mirroring the fluid identities individuals play with on online platforms, where people try out versions of themselves before committing to them. Story games develop identity through choice, morality, and empathy. Rather than measuring performance or encouraging creativity, they invite players to inhabit emotional or ethical perspectives. Players form identity through the decisions they make and the values those decisions express. The feedback loop is emotional and introspective. Players reflect on why they chose certain options, how they related to the characters, and what the narrative says about them. This mirrors how people build identity through storytelling in digital spaces, such as personal posts, curated online histories, or long-form digital narratives that allow users to frame who they are and what they believe. Between the four genres, there is a similarity shown in the structure of how we value our identity for each game. Someone wouldn't play a game if they weren't getting something out of it. So while each feedback loop is different, they all provide great value to the player's life, allowing for growth on different aspects of the player based on their digital identity that they choose.